So I purchased a bicycle yesterday at 12:30 p.m. I went ahead and purchased it at Walmart because I don't really know the difference from one bike to another at this point. I see that one has a fancy little spring in one spot and a different gear here and a bigger tire there, but I didn't know the first thing about bicycles. I was just like, whatever, a bike's a bike, right? That's where I went wrong. So I bring it home. I realize that there's no air in the tire. It's a little weird. You would think that they would have air in the tire, the chains would be lubed. You would think that the bike would be in good running condition, ready to go out of the box. That didn't really exist since, I rolled it out of the store. So I went ahead and busted out the air compressor and, put 50 psi, which is what the tires were rated for, in each of the tires. Well, I put it in the front, and then I went and put some in the back. By the time I got done with the back one, the front tire was low again. Low? Surely there can't be a hole or anything like that in this tire, right? I mean, this thing's brand new. Sure enough, there was a hole in the tire. I blew it up. That air just coming right back out of the freaking thing. So, wheeled it up, threw it right back in the backseat of my vehicle, and drove back to Walmart. At this point, it's about 4:30, so I had been messing around with this bicycle for a few hours. I purchased it at 12:30, got home about 1 o'clock. I messed around online on the computer a little bit and was here babysitting my nephew, and then afterward I was messing with my bike and realized that this was the problem. So 4:30 rolls around, and I roll into Walmart. I return it, and they say, well, here, we'll just replace the tube for you. No big deal, we're sorry about this problem, but we'll go ahead and replace the tube for free, not a problem. So just wait a second, and we'll get a hold of the bicycle technician fella. Who knew they had those? I didn't. So they bring this old fella in, and he's not what I would call friendly. He's like, what'd you do, run over a nail or something? No, sir, I did not run over a nail. All I did was roll the bike into the garage and air the tires up. Oh, well, it's just mighty suspicious that the tires are flat. No, sir, all I did was put air in the tires. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going on lunch, so you're going to have to wait at least an hour and a half before this will be ready. An hour and a half? You mean to tell me I got to sit here an hour and a half after spending half my day working on this bicycle? Are you kidding me? So 6 o'clock rolls around, and, he rolls my bike back up, sets it there, and I go ahead, I pick up the bike, and I roll it out. I get it in the backseat of my vehicle, and I go down the street. While I was rolling it down the parking lot to my vehicle, though, I noticed that the tire was flat again. That's strange. Didn't he just fix the front tire? Why is it still flat? Oh well, I figured, well, maybe he just didn't put air back in it for some reason. I don't know why he would do that, but maybe that's what he did. So I roll it across the street and take it to a nearby gas station where I put some air back in the tire. And as I'm putting air in the tire, I can just hear the air still out of my front tire. Are you freaking kidding me? So I whip right back around and went back to Walmart. I go back to the customer service desk. The lady immediately recognizes who I am, and she apologizes and apologizes, and it felt so bad. She was such a nice lady. She really was. But the guy comes back again. He, takes the bike and goes, we'll try her again. So that's what he did. He rolled it to the back and brought it back out about a half hour, 45 minutes later, and gave me the bike back. And he says this to me at this point. He goes, what, were you jumping it around or something? I mean, there was another hole in this tire. I just don't understand why there's so many holes in this tire. No, sir. I literally rolled it out of the parking lot, went to Sheetz, and put air back in it, where I noticed that there was still a hole in it, where I wheeled it right back here. I have not even rode this bike yet. Oh, okay, he says, and just walks away. So I get home last night, frustrated. It's 8:30. I've wasted my entire day running around trying to get a bicycle to work. I mean, I had things I needed to do. I didn't even get to record Project 25 yesterday because of this freaking thing, let alone I've got a lot of other things I need to take care of. Why? So after getting home, I called corporate. I dialed 1-800-Walmart and told them what happened. And they said to me, we're very sorry about all your problems. They told me they were going to call me in a few days. They said they'll have the store contact me and we can work something out. Go to bed, wake up the next day, ready to ride this bike. Finally, it's like finally I get to do something with this bike. So I roll on out of here and I go to a nearby road where I could ride it without dying. And I ride the bike and the gears aren't shifting right. The brakes aren't even working. They're barely working at all. The front tire is still like all out of whack as I'm rolling down the road really fast. It's wobbling like freaking crazy. I mean, what is this? So, I get done riding it, I bring it back, I go to Walmart again, where I said, you know what, I'm done. I don't want this bike anymore. Return it. Take it back. Give me all my money back. I'm done. I've messed with this thing for a day and a half now. I'm done. That's what I did. I returned the bike, and I went ahead and went to Ernie's Bicycle Shop down the street, where they sell bicycles for a little more, but I didn't care at that point, where I went ahead and purchased a new bike, and I absolutely love it. It works. The brakes work. The tire works. The gears actually shift. I mean, it's just a good bike. I get a 30-day tune-up from there, and they helped me. They worked with me as an individual. They said, here, this bike is too tall for you. This bike is too small for you. This is probably about the right size bike for you. Your seat needs to be about this high, that way your knees bend this way, make sure you lubricate it using this lubrication every so many days. Make sure, you check the brakes, and if the brakes are loose, feel free to bring it in. We'll take a look at it for you for cheap. They helped me. They told me what I needed to know. Lesson learned, don't buy a bicycle from a place that is not a bicycle shop. Apparently, some people don't know how to read an instruction manual.